Good morning, beloveds. My knee is a little itchy. It is an absolutely gorgeous day out there. If you have not opened your windows yet, I would strongly encourage you to do so. It was 63 when we got to the park, and 66 when we left the park. The sun is shining. There were no clouds in the sky. There wasn't much of a breeze, but it was beautiful. And interestingly enough, the soccer club started back up. There weren't as many parents as as many people watching, and I'm on the fence about whether or not they were trying the social distancing. They put up a whole bunch of new signs in the park, 6 feet apart, and it looks like to some degree they were trying, and some degree they weren't. And I don't know. I'm sure the kids were thrilled to be playing again, and I'm sure the parents will be happy because it's something to get their energy out. But overall, it was a really nice day in the park, and the squirrels were the squirrels. So I only saw one blue jay, and they didn't come for the peanuts. So I didn't get any pictures of the blue jays today. Wow, I can't even talk. But it is September 26th. It is Saturday because I got to go to the park. And our title today is I Release Every Tension of Mind and Body. And our Bible quote is, "Release and ye shall be released." And that is Luke 6:37. Today, I release all thoughts of fear from my mind. Today, I lay down the burden of carrying the load of responsibility of life for myself or for others. Today, I relax all sense of strain. I remember that Emerson said, "The universe remains a heart unhurt." That Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. I know that I live under the government of good and am guided by spirit. Therefore, I lay all trouble aside, seeking to look through it, beyond it, above it, to detach it from the realm of reality, to separate it from any consciousness that belongs to me or anyone else, regardless of what any problem of the moment seems to be. I align myself with the powers of goodness and of right action. I abide in perfect and complete faith in God as my ever-present good. I take up no arms to fight the negative. I turn from all fear, turn joyfully and resolutely to faith, realizing that light is immune to darkness, that the night has no power over the day, that dawn dissipates the shadows of midnight. I turn my attention to the light eternal without struggle, realizing that light shining through the dark places of my consciousness will dissipate them, and that I will walk in the light in which there is no darkness. Not only will I walk in this light, I will radiate it. I will impart it to others. I will remember the saying, "Let your light so shine before men that they, seeing your good works, shall glorify your Father, which art in heaven." I will remember that the Father, which art in heaven, is in that heaven that is within me. Well, if you're having a dark night of the soul, this is a good one. I like the fact that that our title starts out, I release every tension in the mind and the body. That's one of the things we don't realize how much stress we carry in our body. And frequently, we're just completely tensed up. Like our shoulders are up in our ears, and our tongue is at the roof of our mouth, and our jaw is tight. We're grinding our teeth. We just don't realize how tense we are. And so it's moments like that where it's like, okay, stop, do a check in on your body. So I'm going to encourage you to do it right now. Check in, drop your shoulders, relax your jaw, let your tongue drop off the roof of your mouth and sit naturally. Are you cramping arching your toes? Just kind of check in with your body and just kind of let all of the tension go. We carry a whole lot of our stress in our body and we're not aware of it. And so it's a good remember, it's our good practice, a good spiritual practice to, walk from, if you want to start at your toes and work your way up, or start at your head and work your way down, and consciously relax all of that tension. It'll make things a whole lot better. I know tight muscles are, all right. So today I release all thoughts of fear from my mind. Today I lay down the burdens of carrying the load of responsibility of life for myself or for others. All right. So today I release all thoughts of fear from my mind. I know it's easier said than done, but one way to release the thoughts of fear is to focus on something else. There's a pizza place literally at the corner of Louetta and Stubner Airline. It's Paul's Pizza. I post their signs a lot. And today they had a quote from Socrates. And the quote from Socrates is, the key to change is to focus on the new and not fight the old. So, and they also, science says, if you want to break a habit, you don't break a habit, you replace the habit. So if you are going to release all thoughts of fear from your mind, focus on the opposite. Focus on what is that you want in place of the fear. Today, I lay down the burdens of carrying the load of responsibility of life for myself or others. Because Spirit's got it. Life will take care of itself. So you don't have to worry about carrying you don't have to plan every step. It's like, have a general idea where you're going and life will get you there. And God bless, the only person that you really can change is yourself. So drop the responsibility of trying to fix the people around you. Support them, yes. Fix them, that's not your responsibility. Let that go. Spirit's got it. Today, I relax all sense of strain. I love the fact that it's Saturday for me to say that. I relax all sense of strain. I'm going to rest today. I remember that Emerson said, the universe remains at heart unhurt. Yeah. You can't hurt spirit. You can't hurt. So go back to that place. Go back to, as Jesse likes to call it, that place where nothing's ever been wrong. And that Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. Focus on the good and let the fear and trouble be. I know that I live under the government of good and am guided by Spirit. That's kind of a hard phrase to say right now. But who governs our spirit? Good. Spirit. Who governs our soul? Who governs our heart? So, know that you are guided by Spirit. Know that you are governed by good. And focus on that. Therefore, I lay all trouble aside, seeking to look through it, beyond it, above it, to detach it from the realm of reality, to separate it from any consciousness that belongs to me or anyone else, regardless of what any problem of the moment seems to be. So I lay all trouble aside. because I'm going to look through it. I'm going to look through trouble and see the reality. I'm going to look beyond it and see what I want in place of the trouble. I'm going to look above it. Metaphorically, I am elevating my thoughts above the trouble, into that realm of conscious good. I am detaching my thoughts of trouble from the reality. And here he's using the capital of R. I'm detaching my thoughts of trouble from that reality, because the reality says it's not. There is no trouble. There are solutions. And so if I'm focused on the trouble, that's all I'm going to see. So what I need to do is stop thinking about the trouble and focus on the solution. Focus on what I want, not what I have, in place of the trouble. And to separate it from any consciousness that belongs to me or anyone else. And that's where he's reminding us that we have the power to treat for each other. I'm separating it from my consciousness, and I'm knowing that you are a child of God, and that the trouble has no place in your consciousness either. I am holding that space for you of peace. I'm going to use that today. And I'm focused beyond the moment, the problem at the moment. I'm focused on the long-term reality of good. I align myself with the powers of goodness and right action. And that is a daily goal. Every day, it's like I am aligning myself with good. I'm aligning myself with kindness. I'm aligning myself with compassion. I'm aligning myself with gentleness. And from those will come right action. The tenors, they were the Canadian tenors, and now they're just the tenors, have this beautiful song called Lead With Your Heart. Lead with your heart, and you can never go wrong. I abide in perfect and complete faith in God as my ever-present good. And that's Emma right there. It's like, my good is my God is my good. Emma Curtis Hopkins. I take up no arms to fight the negative. And that's Socrates. I take up no arms to fight the negative. I'm not focused on the negative. I am literally going to turn the other cheek. I'm turning away from the trouble and focusing on the good. It's like, okay, this is the problem. I acknowledge the problem. And now I'm going to turn away from the problem, and I'm going to work on the solution. So it's not that I don't know that there's trouble. It's not that I don't know that there is stuff that needs to be done and need to be broken. I'm just not focused on that. Because if I'm focused on that, I'm spinning my wheels. So I am literally turning to focus on the future, where it is working, where it is good. Because that's how things get done. If I focus on the trouble, that's all I see. So I'm turning and I'm focusing on the solution, the reality, the good. And from that, the solutions will come. It's like, okay, if the world works for everybody, what does that look like? What does it look like for me? And then I can expand out from there. So I take up no arms to fight the negative. If you fight, you're always fighting. What is it? Live by the sword, die by the sword. I turn from all fear. I turn joyfully and resolutely to faith, realizing that light is immune to the darkness. Light will always chase the shadows away. Love will always chase the shadows away. That the night has no power over the day, that dawn dissipates the shadows of midnight. Don't things always look brighter in the morning? It's like, yes, I had nightmares last night, but the morning light chases all that away, and then I can focus on what's real. I turn my attention to the light eternal. Yep. I am focused on the good. I'm focused on the love. I am focused on the kindness. The light eternal. Those are capital letters, by the way. Without struggle, realizing that light shining through the dark places of my consciousness will dissipate them, and that I will walk in the light in which there is no darkness. So don't be afraid of the dark places in your consciousness. Allow the light to come in and burn them through. We're human. We're going to have those moments. Shine the light on them and let the light dissipate them, and realize that underneath it's probably just fear. Let it go. Not only will I walk in this light, I will radiate it. As beings, that's one of the reasons why I like to call us divine sparks. We are divine sparks. And it's our job to let our light shine through. And people see it. And they're attracted to it. And the more of us that let our light shine, the brighter the world will be, even as we do it in those little moments. We just string them together. So, not only will I walk in this light, I will radiate it. I will impart it to others. I will remember the saying, let your light shine before men, that they, seeing your good works, shall glorify your Father which art in heaven. Basically, that's an archaic way of saying they will see the light of God in you. They will recognize when they look in your eye, they will see God looking back at them. And then they will see it's the God within them that will recognize the God within you. And bring that consciousness of that God, that spirit forth in them. They will recognize their own divine nature, their own divine spark. I will remember that the Father which art in heaven is in that heaven that is also within me. So right there, he's reminding you, where does the light come? The light comes from heaven. Where is the heaven? Right where you are. So what is our mission today? Because there's a whole lot in this one. Oh. And our mission is to walk in the light and radiate this light and impart it to others. To release the tension. So if you haven't done it already, drop your shoulders out of your ear, kind of wiggle and relax. Let all those big muscle groups relax. Take a nice deep breath. Take a nice deep breath. And as you relax the breath, release. And know that you are a beloved child of Spirit, in whom Spirit is well pleased. So, do something loving for yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Do something compassionate for yourself. Do something that engages your mind and your body. I opened my windows right before I walked in here to do this, to let that breeze in, to let that fresh air in, to let that fresh perspective in. So I encourage you to do that. We're moving into that time of the year where we can open the windows and let the fresh air in. And in all of this, if you let the light in, then you will have opened the windows of your soul. You will have let the breath of heaven come in to remind you that you live in heaven now. The only thing between you and God is your belief. So, light that candle. Because a candle is not diminished by lighting another. Light only increases. All right, beloveds. I'm going to go take a day of rest. I say that. What that means is I need to go get my notes in order because I am doing the Sunday service for you tomorrow. Jesse will be there, but he's teaching a history class for the soon-to-be ministers. And so he had 3 hours last night. He's got 8 hours today. And so we're going to let him rest his voice tomorrow. And I am going to talk to you about, well, my title is What If There Was No Them? And that was it was inspired by a talk that Jesse was giving, and it's inspired by this month of expectancy. The cornerstone of our teaching is that there is one. So what if there was no them? And I will be using the book of Esther. Short book in the Bible. So it will be fun and interesting and engaging and exciting, and I'm looking forward to it, so I hope you are too. And that will be right here on Facebook Live at 11 a.m. But before that, Reverend David will see you at around 5 p.m. today, and I will be back at 9 a.m. I'm certainly not going to shirk my duties tomorrow for this. And then we will see you at 11 right here on Facebook Live for the service. Have a fantastic day, beloveds. And remember, what was our title today? Remember, release every tension of the mind and body. All right, beloveds. Have a fantastic day.